WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Larry Kane, Diane Allen, Herb Clark Weather, Ron Burke Sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening. I'm Diane Allen.
And I'm Larry Kane. Our top story tonight, mass transit terror in Philadelphia. A rapist is stalking women and attacking them as they get off buses in the Germantown neighborhood of the city. Right now, Channel 10's Dennis Woltering says police are urging extreme caution.
Police say the rapist is stalking young African-American women getting off of SEPTA's H and XH buses in the Germantown area. Some women riding the bus tonight were unnerved.
Scared of, gotta be aware of people that surround you, especially the men.
The rapist has struck 4 times in 10 months, twice on Wissahickon Avenue. Last night on Morris Street, not far from Cassandra Slater's house.
It does make me mad. It makes me mad because they have no right, violating women.
Police say the rapist follows women off of the bus, then confronts them with a gun, robs, and rapes them. The rapist is described as a man in his 20s with a medium build who always wears a hat or a hood.
I hope he's caught.
Dennis Woltering, Channel 10 News.
A deadly fire stops the courtroom sparring in Mike Tyson's Ripe Trail. The jury was sequestered inside this Indianapolis hotel when the fire began. All jury members escaped, but 3 people, including 2 firefighters, were killed. Tyson did show up at court, but the trial was delayed until tomorrow. The judge must decide now if the fire has affected their ability to continue as impartial observers, and if not, a mistrial could be declared. Meanwhile, tonight, Tyson's being trashed on this billboard in his hometown of Catskill, New York. Somebody crossed out the word champion there, and next to Tyson's name, they added the words rapist and sexist.
A sordid trail of bodies leading to Jeffrey Dahmer's sanity trial in Milwaukee today. At this session, a psychologist told how Dahmer began cutting open dead animals when he was a teenager and wanted to see what was inside. The psychologist says Dahmer killed 17 times because of his compulsion to have sex with dead bodies. And watch what happens in this Alabama courtroom after the verdict is returned in a murder trial today. Watch. Relatives of the victim went berserk when a reduced verdict was returned against the teenage suspect. The teen was slugged in the face before he could be pulled to safety. The so-called Doctor of Death is free on bail tonight. Dr. Jack Kevorkian, arrested today in Pontiac, Michigan, and charged with 2 counts of murder for helping 2 women commit suicide. Kevorkian invented the devices the women used to kill themselves.
No end to the stormy controversy over the Chester mayor's assistant, Robert Hill, the ex-convict who served time for murder and rape more than 15 years ago. Emotions are running high in Chester, with the city's clergy divided.
I ain't raped your daughter. Has your daughter been raped, sir? Has your mother been murdered? Huh? Ask God about that.
That shouting match happened at City Hall today, where Chester's new mayor, Barbara Bohannon Shepherd, defended Hill. She says he's paid his debt to society and deserves a chance. And in the Northeast tonight, a heated meeting at the J. Hampton Moore Elementary School. Last week, the school was closed for 2 days because of elevated levels of asbestos. Tonight, school officials met with parents in an attempt to answer questions and calm fears, but the meeting went out of control.
You work for us. Stay here and answer our questions.
We have to get something going and file a civil lawsuit or do something. Because now it's for our kids and not for us, it's for them.
School officials maintain that J. Hampton Moore Elementary is safe since asbestos levels are constantly monitored, but parents apparently need to be further convinced.
From Bucks County tonight, accidental. That's the ruling tonight on the death of talk show host Sally Jesse Raphael's daughter. A deadly combination of both prescribed and over-the-counter drugs killed 33-year-old Allison Vladimir. She died Sunday in her mother's Bucks County bed and breakfast.
On the Channel 10 Health Watch tonight, a breakthrough that could lead to a treatment for muscular dystrophy. Scientists say they've discovered a genetic defect which is linked to the most common form of muscular dystrophy in adults. There's now no cure for the muscle wasting disorder, but treatment could be developed to target that genetic flaw. And Retin-A skin cream may be the answer to another flaw of aging. Retin-A has been used to fight wrinkles, and now researchers say it can also fade those pigmented blotches known as liver spots.
Many Americans want to see some action in the international money wars that see U.S. workers being criticized by Japanese leaders. Tonight, Channel 10 focuses on the Buy American movement currently sweeping the country. Channel 10's Bill Baldini explains it's not that easy to jumpstart the economy by only buying American-made products.
Here are some numbers that are scaring Americans. General Motors lays off 74,000, IBM 20,000, and within our own tri-state area, nearly 750,000 people, 736,000 out of work.
We are almost in the situation that we were in the 1930s. The president should be taking a page out of Franklin Delano Roosevelt's book and coming up with programs to put people back to work.
America's big three car makers were in the red last year by almost $7 billion. To help put them back in the black, some U.S. companies are now offering bonuses if their workers buy American.
Everybody talks about an even playing field. The president talks about it. Trade negotiators talk about it. I don't want an even playing field. I want a playing field that's tilted in favor of the United States. I want a playing field that has the wind at my back.
But sometimes patriotic consumption is tricky business. In Greece, New York, they canceled an order to buy a Komatsu crane and looked at a more expensive John Deere model. Then they discovered the John Deere engine came from Japan, but the Komatsu is made right here in the USA.
Buying American sounds good, but it may not be as easy as it sounds. For instance, if you want an appliance, it's no problem. All these washers, dryers, refrigerators, and ovens were all built right here in the USA. But electronic equipment like VCRs, or cameras, or even TVs are a much different story. In fact, everyone seems to know Sony and Panasonic were made overseas. But how about this RCA? Radio Corporation of America. This set here was made in Taiwan. Zenith, now that's a great American name. Where was this one made? Well, we found out it was made in Mexico.
This disappearance of products that are really made in America has encouraged Washington to call for a change in economic direction.
We have to start building television sets again. We have to start building all of the equipment that people go out to buy every day. We have to start to compete with other nations.
But even though the Buy American mania is picking up steam, consumers say there's a string attached.
So if you had to buy a new car, would you try to buy an American?
Yeah, I would, but they have to improve a lot, though.
But most believe America can win this economic war because we have the tools and technical ability to compete. Victory, however, may hinge on this question. Will Buy American also mean American products are better? That's up to us. Bill Baldini, Channel 10 News.
The Pennsylvania connection to the JFK assassination is still ahead tonight, including a Channel 10 exclusive interview with Senator Arlen Specter on his controversial single bullet theory.
Also, never before has this man talked to the media about it. Tonight, he talks to Channel 10 about why he gave up a powerful position investigating the Kennedy assassination.
Also, a Channel 10 special report, what are you afraid of? How you can conquer your deepest fears. And you won't want to miss our in-studio surprise.
Yes, and so you won't be surprised when you wake up in the morning. Stay tuned for Herb's forecast.
Herb, and a lot more is still ahead on Channel 10 News.
Watch out.
You want to Late word from Washington tonight over strong objection by the Republicans. The U.S. House has voted to open a formal investigation of charges that Ronald Reagan's campaign tried to delay the release of American hostages by Iran. It's been alleged that the campaign tried to delay the release to hurt Jimmy Carter's chances for re-election. Questions about that, and nearly 3 decades later, America is still captivated by the question, who killed John Fitzgerald Kennedy? This is where it happened. You were looking at a live picture from Dallas of the Texas School Depository Building at Dealey Plaza, where the fatal shot was allegedly fired. Or was it? Ever since that fateful motorcade on that Sunday afternoon, people have been wanting to know the real answer to that question, and many others. On that day in 1963, who really killed JFK? And why is the movie by this man, Oliver Stone, bringing back such haunting memories and causing such controversy? And what about Pennsylvania Senator Arlen Specter, who continues to claim that a single bullet struck both the president and Texas Governor John Connally? Tonight, the CBS News program 48 Hours sifted through the facts and the theories of the Kennedy assassination. Did Lee Harvey Oswald act alone? Movie director Oliver Stone of JFK fame says no.
I could argue that the Warren Commission is also fact plus speculation. I consider that myth, as I consider my movie counter-myth. Stone says that he hopes his film will spark a new investigation into this national tragedy. The film, JFK, is harshly critical of U.S. Senator Arlen Specter, who helped develop the single bullet theory. Well, tonight in this exclusive Channel 10 interview, Senator Specter defends the theory, saying the same bullet hit both President Kennedy and Texas Governor John Connally.
It did not hit the car, and Governor Connally was seated right on the jump seat in front of the president, slightly lower, in the perfect line of trajectory.
Senator Spector also tells Channel 10 News Tonight that he wants all of the evidence in the Kennedy files made public.
There is another Philadelphia connection to this case, and it's a really important one. Tonight, in a Channel 10 exclusive, we talked to a legendary Philadelphia lawyer who walked away from leading a government investigation after he felt the government didn't want to know the whole truth. 29 years after the murder of the century, people certainly have their views about pursuing the truth. It is the talk of America.
Why bring up the past? The dead is dead. Let the man rest.
I don't think it has anything to do with letting the dead rest. It's information that we should get, and we're entitled to it.
The issue is hot. It brought a standing room only crowd this week to see conspiracy author Mark Lane, who says that prominent Philadelphia attorney Richard Sprague was close to the truth when he led the U.S. House investigation in 1979.
Years ago, we would have found out who killed President Kennedy if Dick Sprague had not been removed by the Central Intelligence Agency and the FBI as he was getting close to their trail.
Tonight, in his first ever interview on that subject, Sprague tells Channel 10 News why he quit the investigation, that Congress, he feels, never wanted the whole truth.
I left when I was satisfied in my own mind that the Congress of the United States was not interested in doing a full, thorough, independent investigation.
Do you think that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone?
The leads that there would have been in terms of involvement by other people were never pursued because the Warren Commission really came to a conclusion early that Oswald acted alone, and I think that they blinded themselves against exploring alleys.
Was there ever any pressure from the CIA for you to get out?
President Bush was then the head of the CIA, and there were some areas of cooperation, there were numbers of areas of a lack of cooperation, and there were a number of areas where the information we got from the CIA we proved was not correct information.
Sprague says he's not suggesting a CIA plot, but he's angry that information was withheld from him. He says what should have happened was an investigation including hearings, open hearings to the public. Now he says he believes it's too late because many of the key witnesses to the investigation of the assassination of John Kennedy are dead.
When we come back tonight, what are you afraid of? It's a Channel 10 special report, Overcoming Your Phobias.
And you'll see why I'm very nervous tonight about our special in-studio guest, but I will be here, reluctantly.
Herb is here. You're not nervous about the forecast.
No, not at all. We got a nice day coming tomorrow. Sunny, less wind, and the temperature eases a little bit. Hang around for changes. I'll be back.
Do you have a phobia? Are you, for example, afraid of snakes or elevators or flying? Well, you're not alone. 4 million people right here in the Delaware Valley have phobias. And that's why tonight in a Channel 10 special, I begin my focus on phobias. What are you afraid of? It's a look at what phobias are and also how to deal with them.
Marvin, second elevator, 44th floor. Thank you. Elevator?
The movie What About Bob showed us a man with many phobias, and one of his biggest fears was riding in an elevator. It's a fear that thousands of people share.
My phobia is small spaces. I'm kind of claustrophobic. Elevators, things like that.
So how many have this or other phobias?
Oh, in general, I think about 75 to 80% of the population.
So 3/4 of the people watching right now probably have a phobia.
Maybe not even realizing it.
What's your phobia? Insects? Driving over bridges? Or how about snakes? Some people can't even bear to look at this video of a snake. Others can look, but they sure can't imagine letting a snake get this close to them.
That feels very strange.
So how do you tell if you have a simple fear or if it's a phobia?
It becomes a phobia when it affects your life. If you say to yourself, I don't take a risk going for a walk in the woods because there may be a snake on the path, then it's phobic. Then you've really had to alter your behavior in response to it.
Bill Altomari here at the Philadelphia Zoo knows people can overcome phobias. He helped a man do it.
And he used to come here for his sessions with his psychologists, and they did a sort of gradual desensitization where I think first he came in just to look at the snake, and then he would touch the snake, and I believe gradually he worked up to where he could actually hold a snake.
The same basic process has helped thousands of people overcome their fear of flying. Art McMahon can now walk through airports and take a plane anywhere without fear, but a few years ago it was very difficult.
Walking through the security device, I'd start to shake inside. And my legs would always feel very weak in that tunnel you go through. And walking making that one step through the door, I almost always felt like I was going to collapse from anxiety.
But the anxiety didn't get the best of him until a flight in March of '88.
I tried to kick out the windows to get off the plane, and they had to restrain me. Was the plane flying? Yeah, it was in the air. It was flying from Syracuse to Philadelphia.
And they had to restrain you?
Yes. I decided I was never getting on a plane again.
Last year, Art decided he wanted to overcome his phobia. He sought professional help, and now planes are no longer a problem.
Now I can't wait to go on vacation somewhere because I want to fly again.
Practically everyone who's willing to work on their phobia can overcome it.
I'm in the elevator.
Now, phobias are very treatable. If you have a snake phobia, for instance, you could get to the point of actually holding a snake, or maybe having one hold you. Now, this is Onyx. He's a 9-foot-long Burmese python. He's from Martin's Aquarium in Jenkintown. If Onyx scares you, let me tell you, you could overcome that problem through the desensitization process. And there are other steps as well. First, you have to control your breathing. You taking deep breaths, Larry?
Yeah.
You take deep breaths till the anxiety leaves. Second, you don't think the worst. You don't think like the elevator cable could break and I could crash, or you think the snake could be hungry and might want me for dinner. Rather, you think of the present. You think everything's fine right now. The snake's happy, I'm happy, everything's good.
You're suggesting I go into a program to deal with this fear I have?
Well, I'm just saying, you've done very well. Having him this close to you and you haven't moved away, you're doing real well.
I'm frozen in time. What can I tell you?
You've come a long way just in a couple of days, Larry, and everybody else could. Tomorrow we have a look at overcoming dental and spider phobias. One of those is mine.
Which one? Spiders.
Spiders,
She can handle this 10-foot.
I would have a spider on here.
You can handle this 10-foot snake, but an inch-long spider, you've got trouble, right?
You're right. Oh,
Herb,
yeah.
what's
this
happening?
guy's no problem.
I have this fear of nightmares about snakes tonight. 30 degrees now, and that matches the low that we had this morning. 39 was our high for this day, and for tomorrow, it comes all back again. We're on the edge of some clouds, heavy rain holding to the south, and it'll continue to move on out that away. On the map, we've got a new batch of cold air, though, coming back in here. Another Alberta Express will roar down here, take control for the weekend, and probably hold the weather that could come up the coast to give us a little snow on Saturday. Probably going to push it out to sea, but that's a little iffy. We'll get to that with the forecast. Tonight, clear, cold, 20 to 25 degrees, so it has about 8 points more to go. Mostly sunny, about 40 degrees tomorrow. Friday looks okay, a few more clouds, 42 degrees. Saturday, the cold air starts arriving. We're calling flurries with increasing clouds in the afternoon, but we'll watch that coastal storm. Goes colder but clear on Sunday and very cold on Monday. Tomorrow, nice day, 40 degrees.
Thanks, Herb.
Thanks, Herb.
When we come back tonight, we have a couple of special visitors from Albertville, France.
Channel 10's Ron Burke and Terry Ruggles join us from the site of the Olympics to tell us what we can expect from Delaware Valley competitors next.
Reporting from the
Ron Burke overseas, Dave Culbreth here. Here's sports. Dave.
Yeah, tomorrow night Channel 10 will have coverage of the opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics, and Channel 10 is there. Here's Ron Burke and Terry Ruggles. Let the reports begin.
The athletes are ready. And so are the people of the Savoie region. Athletes from all over the world and up to 1 million visitors ready to live the drama of the 16th Winter Olympics.
Between 2,000 and 3,000 athletes are here competing in the Winter Games. Larger countries like the United States have large representations, while the smaller countries have only a handful of athletes.
And of course, with all those people are problems like traffic. Thousands of cars on tiny roads that twist and turn.
The Olympic events will be spread over a 600-square-mile area, with many of the venues in the mountains high above the city of Albertville. Places like La Plagne and Mirabel. Nothing is close, and everything is covered with snow.
For the athletes, this is the time to shine in competition. Athletes from the Delaware Valley include skaters Rocky Marvel and Kala Urbanski and loser Robert Pipkins from Drexel University. This is a chance for them to share their culture with fellow athletes from all over the world. And while friendships are being made, it's the competition that's brought the world together. For the next 2.5 weeks, we'll be bringing you the flavor of the Winter Games. We'll have a behind-the-scenes look at some of the athletes.
And we'll meet some of the people from the Delaware Valley who have come here to watch this spectacular event. Reporting from the '92 Winter Olympics, I'm Terry Ruggles.
And I'm Ron Burke. A biento.
That means we'll see you soon.
Channel 10's at the Olympics the whole month. Ron Burke and Terry Ruggles. The Sixers played Cleveland at the Spectrum tonight. What a game. Fourth quarter, final seconds, Mark Price to tie it good. Jim Lynam was stunned. Final seconds of overtime, tied. Larry Nance shot it. The Sixers lost 110-108 in overtime. Their next game's Tuesday in Miami. That's
exciting.
Sports, yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
All right.
All right, thanks, Dave. And thanks all of you for being with us.
Tonight, snakes. Tomorrow night, maybe a spider crawling around here. Have a great night.
You're
Thanks for being with us.
Aren't you?
Watch out.
I think they can detect the hesitance and the attention of people, and I've seen that happen.
That feels very strange.
Yeah.
They come to snake you, right?
Won't go that far.